anything you can tease about this year's ceremony? I mean, I guess you don't do as many musical numbers necessarily as Oscars, but anything you can say that we might look forward to?
Well, I think Nikki Glaser has a few fun things planned, so I'm very excited to see her again. Yeah, I think I can't really tease yet, but we have some new elements, and especially I think the red carpet this year is going to be really something special.
Great, that sounds fun. Hi everyone, it's great to be here at the Zurich Summit once again. I'm Andreas Wiseman, Deadline's international editor, and I'm delighted to be here with a wonderful collection of industry. Helen Hoehne from the Golden Globes, David Unger, talent agent extraordinaire, and Kim Magnusson, producer from Denmark. So we are very happy to have them with us, and we're going to have a chat about what they have going on at the moment and what's taking up their time, and a bit about awards season. Helen, we'll start with you maybe. How are you doing? How is it to be in Zurich? And how are you feeling about the upcoming Golden Globes?
It's great to be in Zurich. I love this festival. I've been here, I think this is my third time, so I really love coming here. We're busy prepping the Globes. The Globes are just around the corner. I can't believe that we're only 3 months away from the big show. So we started pre-production, and it's exciting. So we have a lot planned. We have a new category added to the Golden Globes, Best Podcast. Everyone's really excited about that. In addition to the 2 new categories we added last year, Best Box Office and Stand-Up Comedy. So I feel we're in for a great show. Nikki Glaser is hosting again, so we're super excited.
How has the response been for the podcast? Have you had a lot of entries?
We've had a lot of entry submission for the Golden Globes opened. So we are, people are very excited about the upcoming show, and I feel really good about podcasts. People have really embraced this new category. Obviously the Spotify, Apple, they are thrilled. And there's a lot of interest. And also, I love that it sparked conversations all around the world. People are talking about this new category. And then in general, podcasts have become so much a part of our zeitgeist. So I feel it just made a lot of sense. So can't wait.
One of the topics we touched on this morning was about politics a little and the challenge around censorship and what people can and can't say at the moment. It's a, politically turbulent time, as we know. I just wonder, when it comes to presenters, and you have Nikki, who is, did a great job last year, with you as an awards organization, to what extent do you have a conversation with her about topics that may be on or off limits? Is that a discussion that's had, or does she have complete free reign?
She's had completely free reign. I think Nikki is very sensible too, so I don't think we've had to have this conversation with her. If we have to in the future, something might change, but we don't tell any of our presenters. We don't censor anyone. We have them come to the show, and we don't tell them that there's anything they can't say. We assume everyone is a responsible person and they know they're, on camera and in front of an audience. And I think, I think Nikki is sensible. So, and I think she's very charming. And I think people also, I think you need a little humor too, and you need to understand it. And so I'm confident she will be great again.
Yeah, looking forward to her take. Does she send you her script beforehand? Do you have a...
We get to see some takes of it, but not everything.
Okay, interesting. David, how are you?
I'm great. I'm so happy to be here. I have to say, what Helen has done with the Globes is so inspiring, because Nikki Glaser was such a breath of fresh air. She was just brilliant. And I think it gave all of the Hollywood community just a great sense of kind of appreciation for the Globes and what they represent and how much fun they are and how it's a celebration, which is nice in award season. It takes some levity and some kind of spirit to kind of enliven it all, and I think Helen's done a beautiful job. So I'm very pleased to say that.
There you go.
Thank you.
David, it feels like we touched on it briefly this morning at the summit, but I think we're going to talk about it a bit more later on the panel that I'm on as well. The internationalization of awards ceremonies and the awards season feels like international talent are more than ever at the fore. And your career has been a lot about sculpting a lot of international careers and international talent. Does it feel to you like this is a kind of bonanza time for international talent in particular?
I think it's never been better. I think the platforms have given us the opportunity to discover new talent. I'm so emboldened by seeing films like Parasite win at the Oscars and seeing people like Mickey Lee be such a great champion for Korean culture and Korean cinema. I think we're seeing that across various different cultures and nationalities. And it's creating this kind of normalcy where we see this intertwining of various different cultures, where this great wave of Mexican filmmakers came about, or great Korean filmmakers. I'm excited to see what comes next. Yeah. Maybe they'll come from Denmark.
Many great talents from
There's
Denmark.
been a lot from Denmark.
There've been a few.
Yeah.
You've got another one this year, which people are excited about. Sentimental Value is your...
That's actually Norwegian.
Norwegian. He's Danish. Is he the director? Is Danish?
He's actually
Norwegian?
Danish born. So
Yeah.
Joachim is Danish,
Yeah.
but has went to school in Norway and have stayed to live there. But yeah, it's a co-production from Denmark. So we have a little. Denmark has a little foot in that.
But Norway's
Norway's
entry.
the entry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like a movie that could well be one of those that has crossover potential in the categories. It feels
I think
like,
it's going to end up with 6 or 7 nominations. I mean, that's what people are talking about with it. And I mean, to echo what David just said, and you asked about the whole internationalization about, you know, the awards and just filmmaking per se in America, of course, has also done with, you know, the Academy doing that big reach out for international voters and members. So it is becoming a normality, as you're saying. And I mean, the Globes has always been an international organization. So they have been championing from an international point of view into the industry. But I think it's just becoming a normality. And like you said, David, to have, you know, the streamers and the things that how, you know, people are shooting. I mean, what is it? 10% of American movies are being shot in the U.S., the rest are outside of the U.S. So there's an influence from into that, not only where you go to shoot for tax reasons and all that, but also just for filmmaking things and to show things from around the world in a much better way. And I think, you know, what have we had? A couple of international films being that won the Academy Award, but also been nominated. And I think maybe this year there might even end up being 3 international film in the best picture category.
It's another really strong year.
Yeah.
What's your assessment of the health of the Danish industry right now?
So the Danish industry, I think we're doing quite good, I have to say. I mean, we've always been on the forefront. I feel like, at least I'm always getting asked that question, what is it with you Danish people that you're always there, you're always present, you always have a film at any of the major festivals every year? And I cannot say it. We've just basically been on a roll for 30 years now. And it started with, of course, the Dogma movement or something. But aside the Dogma movement, and somebody just told me yesterday, actually, here at the Zurich Summit, they said, thank you, Kim, for me, but also another, because I was part of that alternative way of filmmaking to the Dogma, right? Not that I was against anything I like, but that's what people would say the normal filmmaking. But we championed some great filmmakers like Anders Thomas Jensen, who also has his film here at the Zurich Film Festival this year, The Last Viking. And, you know, we ended up, with me and him, we ended up doing a lot of films together. And so there was like the alternative thing. And since then, it's just been a massive output of new talent, and it keeps on going. And it's both on the director and writers and actor side, and you just see more and more, just like David was saying, the internationalization of the streamers going international and don't care about where and from what countries people are coming. I mean, they even did, you know, the German series where they were all speaking in all the different languages in the original, you know, they were all just in 5 different languages, just speaking their own native language. So that's very exciting, I think.
Do you have any projects you can tease for us today that you're working on we should be aware of?
I have a handful of short films that's going for the Oscars this year, and I'm very proud of one called Snipped that we did, which is a Jewish and Muslim story about coexisting. So I think that's very topic. It's very spot on, but we made it as a not to point fingers, and it's the director's real life story about converting to Judaism. But I'm not gonna spoil what's happening in it, but it's just about coexisting with the Muslim, and that people actually have much more in common than just beliefs. And so we've made it, I think, a great little film that really can hopefully open some conversations. And some people down here who have seen it is very, very happy about it.
Great. Certainly a hot button topic. And this morning on the sessions, we did talk about the challenge, but also the need for people to take stands on complicated issues and challenging issues. We've been writing a lot recently about different petitions that are going around in Hollywood, in the industry, signed by different actors, different producers, different filmmakers. David, I wonder, just a bit of kind of inside baseball potentially, depending on how much you want to answer, to what extent do you have conversations with your actors or your clients about those petitions that go round, that have generated a lot of headlines, that get people very worked up one way or another? Is that something that's brought up, or is it something they
really not? It's really not. I mean, I think that these are very smart people. They have their own opinions. They have their own characterizations of the issues. We leave it to them. It's almost giving them the authority and the agency of their own wills. But I think it's important for them to be authentic about their passions. We're living in polarizing times, and I think that we have to be as true to ourselves as possible.
Do you discuss among agents whether it's be politic to sign those things or not?
I haven't had any conversations about that. I'm sure others have, but I have not.
Thank you very much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
And we'll see you hopefully next year.
Thanks, Andreas.